Hello everyone, Saidu here. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install Anaconda as well as other packages on your Windows machine. So let's get started. First thing to do is to obviously download Anaconda. So I'll head over to their official website and click this download to take me straight to the download link, and then I will select that of 64-bit. So this, by clicking it, it will download that file. So the next thing to do is to install this application. It's just a normal installation on Windows. Now just click next. Now from this window, I'll click on next, just normal window installation. I just click in next, and agree, next. Now here I'll select for all users and click next. If you are okay with the default path selected or you want to change it, you are free to do that, but I'm okay with mine. I will just click install. Click on install to install the Anaconda. So this will install the Anaconda on my system, but this will take quite some few minutes to get it installed on my system. What I will do now, I will fast forward this so that you don't have to necessarily wait for it to get installed, or just fast forward it to a stage where the installation is done. All right, the installation is done. So from this window, I'll just click on next to continue and finish. Now first I'll uncheck those checkbox and click finish. So the installation is done. Now I'll head over to my start menu and go to the folder Anaconda, then start the Anaconda prompt. So this is the prompt for Anaconda. And here I will do some basic installation. So right now this is my base or the root directory or the root path. This is the default path, which is base, which is obviously like a root path. So what I will do now is I will do conda create dash n space the name that I want to give to my virtual environment, which is HCIA dash AI space, then the Python version equal 3.6. So this will install bunch of packages. So now it is asking me if I want to install them. So for this, I'll just press Y key from my keyboard and then hit enter so that it will install everything there. So it will take some few minutes, and I'll just fast forward this video so that you don't necessarily have to wait. All right, the installation is done. Look at this information. It said to activate this environment, use conda activate, then the name of the environment, which is HCIA-AI. And if you want to deactivate it, you simply need to enter conda deactivate. So in my own case now, I want to activate it. So what I need to do is to just enter conda activate HCIA-AI. So this will activate it, which you will see immediately the path will change. So conda activate ACIA dash AI. So I hit enter from my keyboard. Now look at the path has changed from the root environment now to the virtual environment, which is ACIA dash AI. So from here, I'll do some installation. Now from this virtual environment, I'll do pip install TensorFlow. So this will install the TensorFlow. Now let me provide a version there, version 1.8.0. So this will install the TensorFlow on this particular virtual environment, and wait for a couple of minutes for this will finish installing. All right, it has finished installing the TensorFlow version 1.8. So the next thing I'll do here is to check the list, pip list. This will show me all the packages that have been installed on my system now. So right on that list, you find out that this is my TensorFlow and this is the version of that TensorFlow. So you can install whatever package that you might require here on this virtual environment. So you can do that. You can let me even try installing something like you can do a lot of installation that you might want within this virtual environment. So let me even try installing one. Say pip install matplotlib. So hit enter from my keyboard and it will get it installed. So it is now installing it, and just like that, I have installed matplotlib. It has finished installing that. So that is the installation. Now first check the version of the Python that I'm using. on my system now. So I will just enter Python and then hit enter from my keyboard to show me the version, the Python version on my system. So right there, you can see the version that I'm using, which is version 3.6. I am in, what is it called, the Python environment now. So I can issue some Python command here and it will get executed. So right within this Python environment, let me try importing TensorFlow as TF. Just enter import TensorFlow as TF, then hit enter from my keyboard. So the first time you do this, it will prompt an error and some warning, but it's nothing to be afraid of. You just need to enter the command again, which will run perfectly. Import TensorFlow as TF and then hit enter again, and this should be fine. All right, the command has been accepted successfully. No error. The next thing I will do now, let me just exit from the Python command prompt there. So the next thing I'll do is I'll try to copy the part of the particular files or the lab that I want to use or I want to upload to my Jupyter notebook. So I'll first locate where it is on my system and then copy the path. So here right now, these are all the files that I would like to use. I would like to have in my Jupyter notebook. So I'll just select the path there, Control C to copy it, and then come back to my Anaconda prompt there, and then do CD, then paste what I copied there, which is the path to my folders or my files, then hit enter from my keyboard. So look at immediately the path has been changed to that particular path. So next thing I'll do is I'll try to launch my Jupyter notebook right from this environment, but the problem is it will prompt an error said that Jupyter is not recognized as an internal or external command. So the reason being that I don't have Jupyter Notebook installed in the virtual environment. So that is why I have that prompt. So I can install it from the command prompt here using the pip, but I would like to show you another thing. Let me go to the Anaconda navigator. So this is the Anaconda navigator, and if you check there, you see the applications on root. So these are all the application. The one you see launch, they are already been installed. So you just simply need to launch them. So the one that now, if I go to my virtual environment, which is HCIA-AI, there are some application or some packages that are here, but I don't really have them installed. So for me to use, for example, Jupyter is an application that I haven't installed or I don't have installed already on my virtual environment. So for me to install that or for me to have it in my virtual environment, I need to just click the install button there. So clicking on the install button there will install Jupyter Notebook on my virtual environment. So it might take time. So for we not to be waiting for it to get installed, or just fast forward this video. So all right, now the Jupyter Notebook has successfully been installed on my virtual environment. So if I go back to the prompt now, if I want, I will launch it from the Anaconda navigator, and then if I don't, let me just try the command that we did initially that prompt an error. So going back to the Anaconda prompt and enter the command Jupyter Notebook, just like the way you saw initially. Now I will still repeat that. So go to the prompt and then enter Jupyter Notebook. So now you don't see any error to even launch it and open it on my web browser there. So right now, look at the files there because I have already specified the path. Now I have everything on my Jupyter Notebook here. So these are the labs that I'll be using in the subsequent video, and should be fine. Most especially the one that I just click here, which is supposed to be the basic of Python. It has finished loading. Now this is the file for the Python basics, and then I have another one which is that of TensorFlow. Alright guys, thank you for watching and I hope you learned something from this video. So I'll see you in the next one.